or speaking out positive affirmations that reminds us of our strength and capabilities. Each step we take toward nurturing our mental garden helps in crowding out the weeds of negativity, allowing more room for positiveness to bloom and thrive. I advocate for an active approach to managing negative thoughts. It's not enough to simply be aware of them. We must take charge and steer our mental state toward more constructive and uplifting territories. This involves regular checking in with ourselves, identifying patterns of negative thinking, and challenging those thoughts with evidence of our accomplishments and self-worth. It's a proactive stance that not only mitigates the influence of negativity, but also fosters a stronger, more resilient mindset. Remember, experiencing negative thoughts are normal, but letting them dominate your life is a choice. By embracing this reality, we open the door to a happier, more fulfilling life, one where we are in control of our mental landscape, not at the mercy of every passing cloud of doubt or fear. The journey toward a positive mindset is continuous and requires effort, but it's one of the most rewarding paths you can embark upon. In other words, my brothers and sisters, take care of yourself. God is there. If you need help, call on Jesus because he is our divine help. He's our divine help and he's our divine protection. He has promises to believers. Psalms 34:7 says, the angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear him and delivereth them. Are you going through something? You don't have to walk by yourself, brothers and sisters. There's one that will walk with you, that has promised never to leave you or forsake you. You just have to realize that you don't have to do this alone. He is available 24/7. Psalms 91:4 says, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Psalms 125:2 says, as the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth and ever and ever. My brothers and sisters, we serve a God that loves us. He's omnipotent, omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. But you must remember, there's a way out of your mess, and it's JESUS.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Tuesday morning. Ask Your Neighbor. Guests in the studio this morning with us, Brad and Derek from IBEW. It's Union 270. We got it. We close. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Good. It's good to have you guys up here. Tell us a little bit about what you do and what.
So I'm the membership development coordinator at IBW Local 270, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. So basically, if you got, probably 4 years or better experience in commercial or industrial as an electrician, you come talk to me, and then I'll put you with one of our contractors. We've got probably, close to 20 contractors that we represent, all their electricians. We've got plenty of work going on right now. Multiple contractors looking for electricians. So,
and a lot of growth here in the East Tennessee area, isn't there, right now?
Especially Oak Ridge. We're hiring for TVA Kingston Steam Plant right now.
Okay.
For 12 electricians to go down there just this week. We got a local contractor that's going to be asking for 12 electricians to come out there. Plus, we're filling attrition calls for the uranium process facility, as people leave, go to different places and stuff like that.
Do you guys, do you find, I don't know if it's called competition, I don't know how to best phrase it, but do you compete with like local contractors that do their own stuff, that don't use the union reps, that aren't part of the union?
So that's probably more going to be something with, the non-union versus union. Is that what you're what you're talking about? So I mean, we're all electrical workers, and
sure.
We're all we all want to work together. So it's just the electrical. Basically, I guess you would say it's how the money is proportioned is what is different. So we're not necessarily competing against a non-union employee. Maybe just the contractors are more competing for that work.
I know that our governor has made a big push at getting folks that come out of high school into the trades as opposed to college.
Yes.
Have you seen an increase at all in folks coming out, maybe some younger guys coming out and getting into the trades?
Absolutely.
That's good.
So, like you said, since they've had that push, we've had a lot more invitations from CTE directors across our area, which is Anderson County, all the way out to Cumberland County and Crossville.
Okay.
And all the way up to the state line. So yes, we've had a lot of people interested, and with that, we've had a lot more applications for folks.
And we talked about it just briefly, but we've got growth coming to Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge area. We've got tremendous growth. TVA's getting ready. There's the nuclear. They're getting ready to start nuclear electric. Is that right? Atomic electricity,
yes.
I guess what you call it.
SMR, yes, sir.
And a couple of different big organizations that are coming into town with that. Hundreds of people going to be needed for that. And I assume those electricians will be needed, especially to build the plants and get stuff up.
Absolutely. So business is booming. It's a good problem to have. So we are trying to keep up with that, because if the work is in our area, we want to be able to manage that. So I'm the training director for the electrical apprenticeship program that we have here at Local 270. So it is it's an alternate pathway. We have a Earn While You Learn apprenticeship program. So you're going to be working in our area, spending your dollars in our area. A lot of places, they may have you travel throughout the country, which once you complete the program, you have that option if
sure.
you wanted to. But it is now a 4-year apprenticeship program.
Okay.
Here in Oak Ridge is in our new training facility. We should be moved into that before the start of the year here. So it's very competitive wages. Average, we're probably starting out talking about $20 an hour, plus probably an average of $9 an hour going into a retirement account, plus family coverage insurance. So wow. I mean, that's really
that's a lot.
It is.
What's required for somebody to start an apprenticeship? I mean,
so a high school diploma or equivalent,
okay.
1 credit in algebra, and then a resume. Basically, that's what it is.
And get you started.
Yes, sir.
And we were talking about demand. Are you guys? I guess you're always in need of people, but are we running a deficit right now on finding laborers?
Well, absolutely. Manpower wise, we're kind of behind the curve right now. Most of our jobs are manned up. Like I said, we just got this call for the TVA Kingston plant yesterday, and they was like, we want 12 journeymen and 3 apprentices by Thursday. And we're like, okay, we're working on that. So, and that way we can get people in, test them in, like if they come to me and they've got 4 years experience, 8,000 hours or more that they can prove, what we do is we sit down with them and we go through all that. We give them to the examining board. They come in, they give them a written test, 50 questions, takes 3 hours. They are allowed 3 hours to take 50 question test. And then they do a hands-on test, which is anybody's been in the electrical industry for any amount of time, that wouldn't be a hard test. You bend some conduit, pull some circuits, hook up a motor, transformer, and stuff like that. And then, then we send them out to the job.
So folks that are out there maybe that are doing this struggling, they might be able to find a home with you guys if they're, like I said, if they're out there maybe doing it on their own, partnering up with you guys could place them in pretty good position, seems like.
Yeah, and I mean, if they wanted to change contractors, if they're wanting to come and join 270 and say, hey, I want to try this out, they can come join us. And what we do is, if you're with one of these contractors that we represent, your insurance is always going to be the same. So in your retirement, it depends on if you're a TVA, if you're at Y12 or ORNL or whatever, your retirement would be a little bit different because you'll put in over $10 an hour at Y12 on the UPF, LPF projects. At TVA, you're right around $8 an hour in your retirement, and they're working, overtime on this, that. But the thing is once you join us, you're never going to be confined to
one place,
one contractor, because if you wanted to go to Las Vegas and work, or if you wanted to go to Detroit, your insurance is always going to be the same.
It travels with you.
It's going to come back here into your fund here. Your retirement up north is going to be a little bit different because it's quite a bit higher, but it's still going to come to your Southern Electrical Retirement Fund.
That's fantastic.
And that's just, that's the big retirement. We've also got 2 other defined pensions that, after a vesting period, after 5 years, you get a National Electrical Benefit Fund, which when you retire, it's based on years of service. So you get 40 years in, 30 years in, you'll get 30 times $33 a month just from the NEBF. Plus, after 20 years, you're vested in the IBEW pension. So
well, you've answered my question. I was just getting ready to ask you, what's the benefit of hooking up with you guys in the union as opposed to going it, on your own, and that you just.
Well, the overhead, if you're on your own, you got to go out and bid the work. You got to do all that stuff. Or if you're with a non-union contractor, if you get mad at them or they get mad at you and you want to leave or they get rid of you, then you go to another contractor, you're starting all over again. You got to,
you have
cash
to
your 401k out and start over with a different insurance. Here, we got multiple contractors. You get done with the job, and if they send you back to us, we'll send you to another job.
So you always got, goal is always to have work, but sounds like you've got more than you need right now, or as much more than you can keep up with.
Yeah.
So, in 20 years, I've probably been without work for 3 weeks.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yes, absolutely. We are tied to the economy just like any, most industries are, but work now is probably as good as it's ever been, or since the last time it was this good as when they were building these facilities here in Oak Ridge. So
back in the 40s,
50s, yes, sir.
It's a new renaissance here.
It really is.
In Oak Ridge.
And it's gonna be booming.
We're preparing for that now. Like Brad said, he's got a new training facility. That this is not taxpayer money that we've used to build this facility.
Yeah.
We spent it's going to be over $6 million for this training facility that we're investing in, and to train all the electricians for all the work that's coming.
Where's it at? Is that located right on the Turnpike?
Yes, it is. It's down on the far side of town, closer to K25. It's 138 North Lincoln Circle, so past the Nissan dealership.
Gotcha. Well, I know exactly where it is. And when will it be open, ready to go?
Well, we expect to start classes in it this fall, so August is when we expect to start classes there.
And do you take? You said classes, so I assume it's more than one person at a time, or are your apprenticeships individual, or is it classroom?
It is classroom setting.
Okay.
So typically, classes are going to be a maximum of probably about 30 to an instructor. So you're going to get paid for the on-the-job training that you're having.
Okay.
You do not get paid for class. However, one night a week you'll come in for class. It's 4 hours. We typically follow like a high school schedule. We start somewhere around August and then complete in about May.
Okay. It's fantastic. What else is there that you guys want people to know about, or contractors out there to know about, that you might think that I haven't asked, or that you would like to?
And we're interested in not only the electricians out there, but if there's any contractors out there that may want to come talk to us about some of the work that we have, and become signatory, and we provide them manpower, they won't have to worry about, training their employees, because we'll train them for them. We can send them anytime they call us. We'll send them, top-notch electricians. I mean, we train the best in the world, but our apprentices also, they go through this class, and we're affiliated with Pellissippi State, so they are getting college credits as they're going through this.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's good. What about females? Has it increased that females are more interested in being electricians these days?
Absolutely. So I have 2 daughters, and when we go out to these high schools, my wife and I, we both work in the office, and we make it a point to talk to the young ladies, because it's not just for men. As a matter of fact, Derek's wife is an IBW member also.
Okay.
So yes, we have seen an uptick of females applying to our program.
I know in some of the high schools here, folks would come and speak, and some of the industries were seeking out females and to come in, and so they have a balance in their employee pool, I guess. But they were offering higher pay. In some instances, just to get the females to come to work for them. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, well, that's being in the union. They talk about equal pay for equal work.
Yeah.
So everybody's the same.
It's the same.
We're going to get paid the same no matter what.
Yeah.
So it don't matter if you're 55, 60 years old, if you're still out here working, you're going to get paid as much as the younger guy or the young lady or that's out there as an electrician. So my wife, she's got 30 years in. She's actually got more years in the IBW than I do. So.
That's cool. My stepdaughter's best friend is going to school to be a welder. And I was like, what made you want to do that? And she said, the money. She said it's going to be a lot of money. I was like, okay, that's cool. My dad was a welder, pipe fitter,
Yep. So we also have welding. What I tell young folks, because I hear that a lot too. I want to weld. That's we tell them to allow that to be one of the tools that you have in your toolbox.
Yeah.
Because we have welders, pipe fitters, like you said, had welders. Sheet metal has welders. Carpenters have welders. Iron workers have welders. So we want that to be one skill set. And in our training facility, we are going to have some welding. We have welders and welding booths also.
Okay. So it's more than just electrician.
Absolutely. Because for supports for our conduit, that type of stuff, we weld those also, whether it be for it could be stands, it could be copper copper bus, cable tray supports. So absolutely.
That's cool. If somebody's interested in talking to you, how do they go about it?
So they can either call us at our office. That's area code 865-483-9955, and of course we have a web page. That's www.orejatc.org. orejatc.org. Yes.
All right.
And that's for the apprenticeship. So if they want to contact me, they can just Google IBEW Local 270, and it'll go to the web page, and you'll see membership development. You can fill out an application online.
Okay.
And then we'll get in touch with you. But
if there's somebody out there, a contractor out there that needs people, they just can reach out to you and say, hey, we want to get involved with you, work with you. We'd like to start bringing on some union employees.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we've also got different agreements. So, if they just want to, try us out, we got single site agreements.
Really?
So, yeah. So if they want to do one project and say, hey, we want to sign a single site agreement with you, like we did with JBI for the Buc-ee's in Crossville, we had a single site agreement just with JBI for that one project.
Okay.
If they want to do that, they can do that. If they want to try us out for a year, we've got an agreement they can try it out and come look at it, and stuff like that.
That's cool.
But we definitely want to work with contractors, employees, stuff like that to get them to work. We want to try to get them, feed them what kind of jobs are out there that's coming up, and especially in Oak Ridge. Mm-hmm. Some of the big contractors, actually, they said they're going to use a lot of subs, so we could use more subcontractors.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
About how many people do you feel like, or do you think you guys will be needing over the next decade in this industry? I mean, again, because there's I don't think a lot of folks don't realize how much is getting ready to start being built in our area just through a lot of government contracts, TVA and such.
I think they've already said that electrician-wise across the country, we're 100,000, short across the country.
Just to get to where you need to be right now.
I'll say in our program, when I completed the program in 2009, we probably had 60 apprentices in the program.
Yeah.
Today, we're at about 160 apprentices. And what we anticipate with the Kingston job and some of these other ones that are is they're saying they could use up to 140 apprentices. So, and not everybody's going to those jobs. So there is a lot of need in this area. So there's a lot of good opportunities.
If folks want to work, they want to get out and make a good living, sounds like you guys have a great opportunity for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if they want to retire at a decent age and not work till they're 65, 70 years old.
Unless they want to.
unless they want to, I'll be 52 this year. I got, probably about 4 more years, and
then you can make your own.
At 55, I'll be done. We can retire at 55.
That's great. Folks don't really understand that till they get up to you start pushing it. You know what I mean? Right. You just get around 50 or 60, you start. It takes on a whole new meaning. That's great.
Absolutely.
Phone number is 483-9955.
That's right.
And orejatc.org, or just Google IBEW 270.
And we also have a number. It's 865.
Yes.
483-1354.
But our offices are right next to each other, so we
want you holler across the hall if you need to.
More or less, yes. Until the building gets built.
There you go.
But the good thing about like Brad's working with high schools right now, so Oak Ridge has developed this interim credential program starting next year. See, my son is actually a junior in Oak Ridge High School right now. Next year, he will actually take his first year of the apprenticeship as he's a senior while he's in high school.
That's
and I believe Brad is going to be working with Roane County schools and trying to introduce that program to them as well. And, try to
Are any of the other schools in Anderson County doing it, just Oak Ridge, or is
as far as I know,
Clinton
it's just Oak Ridge right now.
Okay.
But obviously we would,
love to
present that to anybody. Yeah, we would love to.
I know that Clinton High School, and I think Anderson County, but Clinton for sure offers a program with Roane State. My son, when he graduated high school, he already had his associate's degree through Roane State. It's very similar to what you guys are talking about in electrician.
Yeah, like a dual enrollment.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think that's amazing ideas. The kids, gives them, they walk out of high school with an education and a job.
Yep, with a path.
Yeah,
with a
absolutely.
Path, absolutely.
That's fantastic. Well, guys, it's been great having you in here. Is there anything else that you want, folks to know, or we want to talk about and tell them?
No, I think it's good.
No, and if there's anybody who wants to come, and if there's any contractors that want to come and visit the training facility, Brad, give them a tour and say, this is what we got going on, and, drop by.
Okay. Let me do this. Let me take a quick break and just see if anybody in our audience has any questions. Because if I fail to let them ask questions, they'll call after you leave, and I won't know the answers. So let me do that real quick to see if anybody out there, if you guys have questions about IBEW 270, call us 865-457-1380. Maybe you've got a son, daughter, whatever, granddaughter, grandson. You might be interested in telling them about this. If you have questions, call us, and we'll be right back. We'll answer them if we can.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly, unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the eScore Quality Contractor Network. They're the pros who've been specially trained and approved by TVA and your local power company. The quality contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Contact your local power company or visit energyright.com to learn more.
Anderson Farmers Co-op, 110 South Charles Severs Boulevard in Clinton, has something for the whole family. Names like Carhartt and Area. You can keep your feet warm and dry with dry shod boots for men and women. They also have Georgia and Ariat work boots. Anderson Farmers Co-op also has everything you need to take care of your animals. Whether you're a farmer or just have a house full of dogs and cats. Anderson Farmers Co-op, 110 South Charles Severs Boulevard in Clinton, 865-457-9641.
Hi, this is Laura Paul, here to tell you why my hardwoods, carpet, tile, and stone for my fireplace all came from locally owned David's Abbey Carpet and Floors. I asked the owner what they wanted to share with you, and I was told, please tell our customers how much we and our staff really appreciate them doing business with us. Make sure they know we realize we would not be here celebrating 52 years in business with 3 generations of our very own family working for the business were it not for them from all over East Tennessee, multiple generations too. Laura, tell everyone that hears your voice, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And I said, okay, I'll talk about more flooring next time. From the bottom of their hearts, thank you. That's David's Abbey Carpet and Floors. Go see why they're different. Knoxville, Pigeon Forge, and Maryville too.
This is Michael Webb with Grayson, Hyundai, Subaru, and Genesis of West Knoxville. We know you have many options when it comes to buying your next vehicle, but if keeping your money in the community is important to you, then Grayson is the dealer for you. We're not owned by a giant dealer group traded on Wall Street. Our dealership is family-owned and has been serving the Knoxville community for nearly 40 years. We value family, and we offer vehicles for every budget that a family requires. Our line of new Hyundais, Subarus, and our luxury Genesis vehicles, plus over 400 quality used cars, we have something for everyone. Our town's growing, and we're excited to grow with it. So the next time your family needs a new or quality used vehicle, we invite you to come on down and support your local dealer, Grayson, Hyundai, Subaru, and Genesis of West Knoxville. We're on Kingston Pike between Cedar Bluff and Walker Springs, or you can visit us online at GraysonAuto.com. Thank you, and God bless you from our family to yours.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. 783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
All right, Derek, Brad, thank you guys for coming in today. I appreciate it. And one more time, we'll give both numbers if you guys want to reach out. If you're a contractor out there and you need some workers, you can call Derek, 865-483-1354. And then if you're, if you're out there and your grandson, granddaughter, or whatever, looking for a path, this is a fantastic, I can tell you, my dad was a pipe fitter, my brother's an electrician. They've been doing it for ever and ever. And so, I know firsthand the benefits that has. I've always worked for myself, and sometimes that's great, and sometimes it's not. But my brother and my father had great retirement benefits. Still, so it's a path. And so if you're out there and you'd like information on the apprenticeship program, you can call Brad at 483-9955. That's 865-483-9955. And just Google IBW 270. You can find what you need, or I'll put it up on our website. You guys can find it over here. Jay, if that's for me, let me know. All right, guys, have a great day.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet y'all. And come back sometime. Let us know how things go. We'll do it again.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow and ask your neighbor. Or email from our website. It's Ask Your Neighbor. Thanks for listening.
Classic Country, WYSH.